Assignment for part one. Okay, the first topic is graphing a linear equation of the form y equals mx. Now, all these will always start in the middle, and you could use the slope of up to over 1. Okay, so you could just pick your line icon and you start at 0, 0. Because the slope here is 2 over 1, we go up to over 1, which I know is a little hard to see, and you can draw your line. Or just pick 0 and 1 and plug it in for x. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 1 is 2. Plot those 2 points, or start at 0, 0. Move your second one to 1, 2. So 1, 2. And you can draw your line. Hoping it's an easy topic. Now, next one is graphing a line given a slope and y-intercept. So we plot the y-intercept. So I'm going to abbreviate a little bit here. So plot your y-intercept. So the y-intercept is -5. So you plot the -5 on the y. And you'll have the tool again in Alex. And then this is slope is -1/4. So I usually put the negative on top. So that tells me I'm going to go down 1, right 4. So the top is up or down. I think I discussed that in a previous lesson. So we're going to go down 1, right 4. So we're going to put our second dot here, and Alex will draw us a line, which will be much better than mine. Okay. Or if you wanted to, if you put the 4 on the bottom, you can go up 1, left 4, and it's also on the line. You don't need three dots for a line. But you could go, either one works. Down 1, right 4, or if you put the negative on the bottom, up 1, left 4. All right. Okay, next we have our point slope form of an equation. So the m is your slope, like always. And we always use the opposite here for our point. Okay, so we use the opposite. So what we're about to look at is the point will be the opposite. So if it's minus x1, you do a positive x1. Minus y1, you do a positive y1. So x1 comma y1. And we'll look at some examples, but I'll give you a quick example. If you have y minus 3 equals 2 times x plus 1. Sorry, writing that on an angle. Your slope, your slope is 2. And then your point is, you start with the x. Remember, x is always first. You do the opposite of positive 1, which is -1. So always do the opposite. And the opposite of minus 3 is positive 3. So -1, 3. That's what we're going to be looking at next. Okay. So here's an example. Let me move this for you a little bit. I have to do that ahead of time. Sorry. All right, that's better. Okay. So if you want to pause this and try it, go ahead. Hopefully this isn't too bad. So this is 1, this is 2. So they want the slope and a point. Okay? So the slope, if you want to pause it, try, go ahead. I'm going to continue on. The slope here is 3/4, and the point on the line, remember, we go opposite. So the opposite of -5 is 5, comma. The opposite of positive 4 is -4. So that's your order. That's your point on the line. Okay, let's do number 2. If you want to pause it, go ahead. If you already did it, just let it just check your answer. So the slope is negative 3/4. That's our m right there. That's the m. Okay, and then the x opposite of positive 1 is negative 1, and the y opposite of minus 2 is positive 2. So that's your point. And this is written in point slope form, just as given in this formula back here. This is point slope form. Okay, writing an equation in point slope form. So we're going to use the y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. All right, so we get y minus a negative 1. There's your y value. Y minus a negative 1 is y plus 1. I bet you Alex won't want the minus negative. Your slope, and then it's x, and it's positive 6. So we're going to do opposite of plus 6 is minus 6. Or you're just plugging in the negative 1 here, minus negative 1 is plus, and you're plugging in the 6 here, x minus 6. And if you understand the last problem, hopefully that is good. Okay, and that's in point slope form. You can leave it. And here is another problem. So this is problem number 2. Okay. Line passes through this, right in point slope form. So it's y minus the y value equals negative 3/4 x minus the x value. So x minus negative 8 is x plus 8. And there you go. There's your equation. Okay. That concludes this lesson.